The ones with mouth can't open it. Wait! What's going on, everybody? I'm over here. Another episode of Viva Los Bills. What up? Where's Vinny? What? We have to bring in special Vinny this week. Bam! Little Vinny. Little Vinny's back with us.
Mini Vinny.
Vinny. You know, Vinny's camera's not working right now. So it's got to be a little mini Vinny when he still had his beard going on. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Man, chilling, man. Just been working all week. Just hyped up with all the news. I know you're going to cover a lot of news we got with the signings and people coming back from COVID and all the good stuff and all these competitions at camp. So let's get it popping, bro.
Let's get it popping. Talk about popping. We can't see Vinny, so Vinny can't tell us why he's drinking this week, but I'm drinking. Listen, Duvel. I think I've had this on before. Maybe not this tight. Just look at this. Look like a champagne bottle of beers. About to crack this, special occasion. This is almost like a $10, $11 bottle of beer right here. We're going to talk about it. Josh Allen getting his deal. Look at it. Congratulations.
Yes,
Popping bottles. Let's try this Belgian Golden Ale. Hopefully it's better than the world's greatest beer from last week. Let's try this. Cheers to the Bills fans out there. Cheers to everybody. Cheers to the Bills Mafia. Cheers to Viva Los Bills peeps. Cheers to Blackjack TV peeps. Cheers to Zingo peeps. Here we go. Shout up everywhere. Good Lord. Maybe this should be a pour. But so far, so good. It's kind of cool.
Tastes good.
Forgot to keep it classy with the pinky. Hold on. I got to go in for the second. Got to go for the second one. I will tell you this. It's a lot better than last week's beer. Even for a Belgian beer. Last week's was a Belgian beer. Bottled, conditioned. This is actually as big as a bottle of wine. 8.5 alcohol volume.
Oh, that's pretty strong.
There's got a lot of fine print here. And it looks like something I can't read. Okay, there's English, brewed with the finest malts together with Cesar and Syrian golden hops. We fancy.
Nice.
I think that's enjoy chilled at 40 degrees. Anyway, it's pretty good, man.
I'm not doing one this week because you ain't going to be able to see a visual, so I'm going to hold mine for next week. So enjoy yours.
Thank you. You know what? I will tell you this. I tried to find that Bud Light drink you had last week.
Yeah.
I could not find it anywhere. Well, at least the one spot I stopped at, they didn't have it. So I was a little disappointed. I ended up getting some other different kind of seltzer. Not a big fan of it. Too much
bubbly.
It tastes like that artificial sweetener.
Yeah, for sure.
Wasn't a big fan.
Hey, one thing I am going to say, this weekend I was away camping, and my sister-in-law brought me, I don't know if you heard of Truly drinks, the Truly.
Mm-hmm.
She bought the icicles, like the little icy pops. You know what I'm talking about? They're long, like a foot long, real skinny. They're like juicy pops. Like they're ices, but they're made out of Truly, 5%. Oh my God, bro, tasted delicious, man. I might get one for next week. That way you guys can see the visual on it. But man, I surely enjoyed it, man. So shout out to my sister-in-law for that.
Well, that's good because I think I might be talking about the Trulies. I think I got Trulies and I thought it was a little too sweet for me. But hey, that might be me. Huh?
They are a little bit sweet, but I'll take them over a White Claw.
Yeah, I've had those too. They need a little more sweetness, I think. But either way, they're all right. It was nice when you were really hot. Felt good going down.
On a hot day, yeah, but then you got to be careful because they taste so good when you're hot in the sun. Then all of a sudden they find you, face down, booty up in the dirt somewhere in the corner if you drink too many. Gotta be careful.
Well, hopefully that doesn't happen. Nobody needs to see that. It's dangerous. All right, now I know you were talking about some of the games tonight. As you know, tonight's preseason game the official, I guess, first week. Washington playing the Pats tonight at 7:30, and Pittsburgh's playing their second game against Philly tonight at 7:30. Now tomorrow, the Buffalo Bills finally get to play one of their preseason games against the Lions, and that's at 7 o'clock, while the Cowboys and the Cardinals are facing each other at 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these games, I believe, are going to be on what do you call it, NFL Network. So that's pretty cool. I got to try to check it out. If not, I'll probably have to check one of the reruns out if I can't get it, because I don't have the NFL Network anymore. I might have to get it.
I might have to re-up my lease on that my subscription. Damn it.
Yeah, I might have to. I got to see. But for that, I'm going to have to find a way to watch the Bills games over here in New Jersey. So
yeah, I mean, not that we're endorsing it, but we were able to get some streams online that a couple of people shared with us. But I don't know about this year. I don't know. A lot of people backed off of the streaming and stuff, so I might have to just shell out and get the NFL Network. It wasn't bad, so. Then you get the red zone and everything to it. Yeah, it's worth it. If you're a true fan, it's worth it, because then you get to watch get the red zone, and you can see all the, every time a team scores and anytime they get in the red zone. So it's a pretty cool concept. So I'd rather pay the money and just watch it. So I'm not trying to endorse anybody to bootleg and get illegal.
I will tell you this. I'm not a fan of the red zone. Never been a fan of the red zone. Drives me crazy. Because you can start watching it, you're in the red zone, and you're like, all right, let's see if they're going to score. Oh, let's go to this game. And I'm like,
yeah.
And every time I see the Bills are in the red zone, they never go to them half the time. It drives me crazy.
Yep.
I hate the red zone. Can't stand that thing. So I'm not a big fan of it. I get it if you're like gambling, or if you're watching for fantasy things. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not a big fan on it. So anyway, maybe I'll have to shell out the cash or find a place to go watch my Bills games.
Yeah.
Or if anybody's watching knows where to get the stream, let us know. Hook us up.
or what did you drink today? What was the name of that drink?
Duvel.
Man, and maybe somebody for Duval will sponsor NFL Network subscription for you.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
For giving them a 4.0, you said?
Well, I didn't even give them a rating.
Oh, okay. There goes that third sip right there.
Actually, this is like the fifth or sixth. Maybe I'll give them a 4.
Who's counting?
Yeah, it's not too hoppy or anything. I wish it was a little cheaper, but that's fine. It's good. It's better than the world's greatest beer, according to those people last week.
Yeah. So what's the number? What's the number on it?
I'll give it a 4. A 4 is nice.
Okay, 4 is nice. 8.5%. That's a pretty good alcohol content. So.
Yeah, I might be turning red later.
And that's a big bottle, man. You being yeah.
This is like a bottle of wine.
It's like a 40.
Oh,
damn!
It's a 750 milliliter.
Yeah,
it's crazy. All right,
it's a big bottle.
Talking about preseason game, listen. I know you're probably watching, but a lot of the teams are saying they're not even going to play starters.
Yeah.
The Chiefs said they'll let the starters play one quarter. So and. Excuse me, some said they'll let their starters play one series. Other teams are saying no starters playing at all. What's your feeling on it? Me personally, I would play my starters at least a quarter.
1 quarter, yeah.
1 quarter.
I agree with you. I don't think they should start the game. Maybe put them in 1 quarter, but let's say the second quarter, or let's say the second half, first quarter. You understand what I'm saying? Coming in the second half, the third quarter, maybe like that. But I don't. I don't like starting the stars like right off the bat. You know what I mean?
Really?
I'd rather them come in either second quarter or begin the third quarter.
Wow.
Because everybody's gonna come full speed. Even though it's preseason, they're still coming, and that's how this freak injury comes. That's what happens with the injuries and stuff.
Honestly, I would have never thought about bringing them in later on. Always the first quarter and then get out. God forbid they get hurt. You get your go mend up, lick up your wounds real early, and get out of here. That's the way I would do it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I guess everybody's afraid of injuries, especially being preseason.
Yeah.
But we saw last year in the first game or two, these guys were rusty. They're off.
Sir. Yeah.
So, and you could tell who was able to work out with who and try to build a rhythm. So
Yep. I agree.
I would even put him out there for one quarter at least. There's only 3 preseason games. I'll probably do that. The third preseason game, maybe the half. And I
Yeah.
don't even know if I would put him out there for that long either, especially if they look sharp. Now, I would put out whoever was struggling on offense or defense last year as a starter.
Hmm.
I'd put him out there, you know. So
So who's going to be the starter? Then? It's going to be Mitch Trubisky or where? Who's going to be the starter? Did they say anything?
I don't know. I know Allen's not playing, so it's either Mitch. You know, you might want to see him in
Hmm.
the Bills' offense because he's not used to that offense. And
And by
why
the way,
not?
he's happy to be in Buffalo. I saw an interview with him. He's excited that he's somewhere where he's wanted. So that's always a plus. I'm excited
Yep,
for him.
I agree with that. I read that too, and I was going to bring it up, but I was like, whatever. Well, I'm glad you did. He said he's finally happy to play for somebody who wants him there, and it's good. So let's see what happens with him. You know, hopefully he steps up.
Let's see what. Hey, God forbid something happens to Allen.
Yep.
I feel comfortable with Mitch. I mean, you know, a lot of people dogged him when he did over there in Chicago, but he really didn't have major weapons. You know what I mean? If you really think about it. So now with the weapons we got, if he gels with these guys, you know, God forbid something happens, we always got to have that thought on our minds because you know the last 2 years the way Josh Allen's been playing kind of reckless. You know, me and you've seen him just run out of pocket and you start cringing because he's like beating up linebackers and linemen and stiff arming guys. You know, you can't last forever doing that. So you always got to have that in the back of your mind. If God forbid some, even if it's a pinky injury, even if it's an ankle injury, somebody's got to fill in. Um, I'm happy with Mitch coming in there.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, he started for what 3 years, 4 years, so we know he could play the game. He's helped the team get to the playoffs, so he knows how to play, and I feel comfortable in there too. Now, honestly, I guess you could play half these guys anyway, so why not throw a Webb out there and Jake Fromm? Jake Fromm started to pick up some steam, and he's getting some praises from the coaches. So hopefully we'll get to see what the kid could do, even though, people will say, oh, he doesn't have that arm strength and so forth. But, you know, this is what's good about preseason. It allows you to see what the people could do and what they could bring. So we'll go on from there. Uh, one thing that came up, looks like we lost little Vinny here. So we'll have to wait till little Vinny comes back. But right now he's gone. So it's just you guys and me at the moment. By the way, you guys want, throw a comment up there, question, whatever. We'll get you back on while we wait for Vinny. Another thing I was looking at was Urban Meyer said there's open competition between Trevor Lawrence and Gardner Minshew. I don't believe that. I'm sorry, Urban. I think you're kind of crazy. I think you're throwing smoke out there. You're probably just trying to let Gardner feel pretty good about himself. Personally, I like Gardner Minshew. Now, should he start over Trevor Lawrence? Probably not. Lawrence is going to take his lumps, especially as a starter this year. That team needs a lot of help all around. Their offensive line might not be the best. So the kid, you're going to throw him to the fire. You're going to throw him to the wolves. Now, it's up to you. If you don't want to throw him to the wolves, then all right, throw Gardner Minshew in there. He's been out there playing. He does a pretty good job. I like him. Would I have him as a starter on my team? I'm not sure, but I would definitely have him as my backup. And I think, the kid puts in work. So I guess it's making Urban question just a little bit, but no way you're going to take Lawrence as your number one pick overall and not put him out there. So I think it's a bunch of BS just to make Gardner Minshew feel good about himself as if he's going to get a shot or a legitimate chance to start, which I don't think it's going to happen. In other QB competitions out there, there's still no clear winner between down in the Bayou over there for the Saints with Winston and Hill. To me, I look at this like, really? Like, come on, Winston. What is your problem? Winston, he was a starter. The guy put up crazy numbers, even though he threw a lot of interceptions. You're telling me Winston cannot beat out Hill, who is pretty much a backup or part-time QB. He never really started that many games. So it's almost like looking down on Winston like, come on, dude, what is wrong with you? You should be able to win this position win this quarterback challenge. And Sean Payton's like, I want to see what happens with these preseason games because there's still no clear-cut guy in the bayou. Makes no sense to me why Winston hasn't taken over this competition and taken this job. It's sad. It's a shame on him. Some other competitions going on that still, they say, still are up in the air. The Broncos with Teddy Bridgewater and Andrew Luck. Again, I would have thought Teddy Bridgewater would have went in there and taken over that starting position. Again, who knows what they're saying or if they're just blowing smoke up people's butts. But they're saying there's still no clear-cut leader. Luck, he's put in the work the last few years. He hasn't done much over there. He's shown promise. But I would have thought the veteran in Bridgewater would have taken it over. So if I had to pick, I'm taking Teddy. You would rather have, as a franchise, Luck take the next step, being pushed by Teddy and play better. But I think Teddy should win that out. And then we go to our conference rivals in the Pats between Cam and Mac Jones. A lot of people are saying this kid's looking good. But again, that's just practice. But they're both expected tonight to actually play. So Belichick wants to see what Cam's doing. So who knows if it's just one series or a quarter. And then Mac Jones is going to show what he could do. So if Mac Jones, man, he needs to step up and shine bright to put some shade on Cam if he wants to take that job. And Cam needs to play very well. The only good thing that Cam has is that Belichick usually doesn't like starting rookie quarterbacks. So that might play in his favor. But if he's struggling and that team starts to lose, I can see Jones sliding right in there and taking it over. But to start the season, I think Cam's going to take it. I don't think Mac Jones is going to beat him out. By the way, let me take down little Vinny here because he's not back up yet. I guess he's having some satellite problems. We couldn't see his feed, and now we lost his audio as well. So hopefully he comes back and joins us, and we'll keep going. Moving on. Listen, one thing that came out. I'm going to take a break. Throat's getting a little dry. A lot of talking. Here we go. On my own. That's what happens. All right, everybody knows I don't really sip from the Mahomes Kool-Aid, okay? But I did appreciate reading that this guy said he went back and watched the Super Bowl, and he's like, listen, it wasn't all my offensive line's fault. A lot of it, well, not a lot of it, but part of it was my fault. There was a lot of times I rolled out way too fast, thinking the coverage was broken when it wasn't. And he's like, I didn't give my offensive line a good shot or a fair chance. I should have sat in the pockets longer. Went through my progressions, my reads, but I fell back into falling into backyard football. So I actually like that he went back, watched the game, and said, acknowledged his mistakes too, but didn't just throw it on that offensive line. And don't get me wrong, their offensive line did not play that well. They had injuries. And Tampa's defensive line was just nasty all over the place with their linebackers. They went after him, and they put him under a lot of pressure. They got to him, and that's what you have to do as a defense. You hit these quarterbacks a few times, you rattle them, they start second questioning even their offensive line, and then you have what you did, him running around like a chicken without a head. And the crazy part was he was still throwing balls while he was diving and falling. So, but I give him credit for acknowledging that, part of that was my fault and doesn't put it on all the offensive line. So Mahomes, listen, I like to hate on him. The guy's a very good quarterback. One thing I did see, which was crazy, somebody had Hall of Fame, yes or no. If he were to retire today, would he be in the Hall of Fame? And I think it was 80% of the answers were left. Yes. Stop it. Stop it. That's crazy talk. Guy's not a Hall of Famer yet. Stop it. There's a lot of quarterbacks who've been out there a long time. I don't think they're Hall of Famers yet. Stop it. Now let's move on. Talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, Tyreek Hill. Everybody knows this guy loves challenging people to race. He's beat out a lot of receivers out there, cornerbacks, and he challenges everybody and usually pretty much wins. So one thing he's been doing for a while now has been trying to get Usain Bolt to a race. So finally, I guess Usain Bolt said, I'll race you in a 70-meter race. I'll put up one of my gold medals for your Super Bowl ring. So how confident are you, Tyreek? If this was a 40-yard dash, I may take Tyreek Hill. Now in the 70s meter, I don't think I'm taking Tyreek Hill. I think that's playing more into Usain Bolt's uh, his field, his because he's better in that long stretch. He just starts beating people out, even though he's a monster. But I think Tyreek Hill might take him in the 40s, but not in the 70-meter. I think that's Usain's field. If I'm Tyreek, I wouldn't do it. The only way I would have done it if I was Tyreek Hill, if I had 7 Super Bowl rings like Tom Brady, then I'd be like, all right, if I lose one to Usain Bolt, I could say I lost to the fastest man in the world. But just with 1 Super Bowl ring, I don't think I'm going to take that. I don't think Tyreek Hill would put that up. It would be crazy if he did and he lost. Usain Bolt has a few of those gold medals. He could afford losing one. But if you want to be a crazy man, Tyreek, take the bet on. Take it. I wouldn't do it because I think you're going to lose in the 70s. If you could convince him to run a 40, you might be able to beat him. Well, moving on with some other news. Cowboys, Dak Prescott is having an MRI in his right shoulder. We talked about it. He banged his shoulder up in practice. I believe it was last week. He sat out. He didn't play in the game, I believe. He didn't play in the Hall of Fame game. And now he's getting the MRI to his shoulder. Doesn't look good. I mean, it could just be bruised. But if they're taking an MRI, hopefully it's just for precautionary measures. But he's still feeling that strain. Not good, man. You paid this guy all this money, and this is what happens. Guys get injured. He didn't play all of last. Got hurt last year. Very bad injury. Now he's struggling with his shoulder. So, I mean, if worse comes to worse, you keep him out of preseason for the next 2 preseason games. Let him heal up. But who knows if it's going to come out, it's going to keep lingering or what. It's not good for the Cowboys. Have a good look. I don't have the Cowboys winning the division. I don't think they're going to win that division. A lot of people think I'm crazy. They think the Cowboys are the front runner. I don't. So we'll see how this plays out. We'll see. Moving on. COVID train is rolling back in. The NFL. All right. The Bills and the Eagles are saying that the fans must wear masks in indoor areas regardless of vaccination status. So it doesn't matter. Outside, you don't have to wear them. But if you're inside in the clubs, in the restrooms, or anywhere indoors, you have to wear your mask. And the Philadelphia Eagles followed suit, saying the same thing. Now, if you go down to New Orleans, the Saints are saying before entry into the Superdome, you have to have either a negative COVID test or your vaccination card to be allowed into to the dome. So I can see more and more of these NFL teams going around these guidelines. They're picking and choosing and so forth. So everybody's going to have to get ready for whatever your team or that county says has to be done when it comes to COVID and going to the games. So those are those. Moving on. What else? Sad to say, a former Cincinnati defensive back, but he was also played 1 year for the Buffalo Bills. Defensive back Neil Craig died Monday at the age of 73. We say, hey, once a Bill, always a Bill. So condolences to his family and friends, and he rest in peace. Now, a little more news. We were going on to the Bleacher Report's power rankings. We usually put these rankings out every week. So here they are. They're already putting them out for the preseason. And I'm just giving us the top 5 power rankings. So at number 1, no surprise, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at number 1. At number 2, everybody has Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are at number 2. Number 3, Buffalo Bills. Bills Mafia are coming in at 3rd overall with the power rankings. I like it. Our defense just needs to step up and play better than last year. Listen, last year our defense started playing better in the second half. We can't start off slow this year. I think the Pats are going to be better, and there's a few teams out there I think will be better this year. So you don't want to start off slow. Surprise to me at number 4, but the team is better this year. They have remaining guys coming back. They've signed some good guys. Listen, the Cleveland Browns come in at number 4 in the power rankings, surpassing number 5, the Green Bay Packers. I was a little surprised with the Cleveland Browns. Honestly, I believe they're going to be my favorite to win that division. I think they'll beat Baltimore for there. But again, who knows? We got to see how Baker plays and if they could take that next step. Green Bay Packers, no surprise at 5. They have pretty much a top 10 squad all around. And, with Rodgers coming back, they're going to keep them up there high. They're not going to move them down. They're not going to drop. So we'll see about that. I kind of like where the Bills are. Can't hate on them. Top 5. It's pretty nice with me. Now let's get into some Bills news. Listen, everybody knows about Josh Allen getting his deal. Look at this guy. Bam, he's happy. Happy man. He got the big money. I was wrong. I thought he would be like the 3rd guy to get his deal. I thought Baker Mayfield would get his deal because the Cleveland Browns had more money at the time. I also thought Lamar Jackson was going to get his deal before Allen done, but I was wrong. The man, the GM, Brandon Beane, getting the work put in and done like he's done over and over again. Listen, it's a big deal. It's 6 years, $258 million, 150 guaranteed. It could possibly go up to $288 million with incentives. If he gets to the Super Bowl, if he wins the Super Bowl, all these things. If he wins MVP, there's all these bonuses he could get to get this contract up to $288 million. The biggest thing here is he's not going anywhere. My Jet fans are busting my chops saying, hey, he'll be gone after 2 years because he's going to kill our cat. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's a bunch of woo-hoo. I think they're just upset because they don't have no quarterback right now. Well, established quarterback. They were saying the rookie was looking a little sketchy in practice. But congratulations to Josh Allen. Congratulations. It's going to be a Bill for a while, getting his payday. Cheers to you, brother. Yeah. Now, let's get some more news. Damn, Dawkins, bam, activated from the COVID-19 list. And this will be the first time our offensive line, bam, will be practicing together. All the starters together for the first time this summer. So, hopefully everybody else can stay healthy. Hopefully these guys can get in their work and, start off where they were the year before. Last year was a little sketchy, but Williams came in, did good. Cody Ford went down. Ike came in and played well. So hopefully these guys can put in the work. Good thing. Deion Dawkins is back. Bam, off that list. Another guy coming off the list. This guy. Boom, Jerry Hughes. Jerry Hughes has finally been taken off the NFL non-injury list, and he can join the team and start practicing and put in that work. Listen, this is his last year. You got all these young kids coming in. You got to put in work. You got to show what you still could do. Old dog, top dog, we shall see. No excuses now. He's got to get in there and do what he has to do and get the job done. Another guy who was now, with Jerry going off, Marquise Lee goes on the COVID-19 list. So he came over from the Raiders as a free agent. Hopefully he could get off that list pretty soon and get back in with the team. This is one of those guys that we need to see like in the preseason, see what he's going to bring. He could beat out some of these younger guys for positions, whether it be on special teams or backup roles. We'll see what we are going to get with these guys. So on that note, this is going to be an earlier show tonight. Vinny. It's been kind of quiet. Vinny helps the show go longer. Real quick, some other notes. This guy, Jake Kumaro, we had the picture of him last week, continues to cause ripples in practice. He's making a name for himself. All you do is hear is good stuff from this guy, so it's going to be pretty hard for the Bills not to keep this guy on the team. And if he does, if you know damn well he's not going to stay on our practice team, Green Bay Packers are pretty much watching and going to see what this guy, what the Bills do with him. Because if they drop him, first thing Green Bay is going to do is pick him up. And I wouldn't be surprised if Green Bay already called the Bills to find out about J.Q. Moreau because he was Packers Aaron Rodgers' favorite guy in practice last year and wanted him to make the squad. So let's see what happens. Listen, it's been quiet, a little early, no Vinny. And I guess we're going to take this show, we're going to cut it off a little earlier today. You know, for me to banter for another half hour is going to be pretty tough. So on that note, we're going to sign off. We're going to say goodnight. Until next week, I want to say ciao, adios, los vemos. See you Bills fans out there, Bills Mafia, Viva los Bills fans. Oh, hold on. I'm getting a comment. Was good. Oh, look at it. I'm about to bounce here. And this guy's coming back. So what's good? I'm not even sure that is right now. I'm going to have to check. Go Vikings. This must be my boy Dave Brown chiming in at the end here. Well, let's see. Maybe not end. Because right when I was about to say adios, this guy, little Vinny's popping back in. Little Vinny, hold on. I got to see. Unmute his mic. Let's see if I can hear. Vinny, you hear me? I hear you. I don't hear Vinny. Hold on. I might have to try to add this, but let's see. Hold on. I'm going to throw this up here because this is Vinny's favorite right here.
That's my man.
Yeah, that's him right there. But boom, I hit the wrong thing. I'm losing my stuff.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Hold on, I see you there, but I don't want to see you. I hear you now. You hear me? Oh man, no, we're having technical difficulties. Hold on. I'm trying to add your audio here. See you real quick. Not where I want to see you. That's right. Bruce Smith. That's probably me, man. I see your face in the back a little. Trying to get rid of that. There you go. All right. Let me drop Bruce real quick. Sorry, Dave. Doing too many things right now. The Vinny's back on. I guess I was about to sign off, Vinny. I don't know if you want to chime in on a few things. Jerry Hughes coming back.
Jerry Hughes, I'm excited for him to come back in his last year in the contract. Hopefully he's got something to pay for. But these DNs, man, it's going to be we're going to see what's going on. I want to see how Darryl Johnson does. There's a couple matchups I want to see, in terms of running backs. Antonio Williams, I don't know if you touched on that. Matt Breida.
Oh.
I want to see them, see how they're going to pan out. Because we got to, next couple of weeks, we got to start finalizing our 53-man roster. Season starts in a month, so we're gonna have to start thinning the herd, if you will. So we got to pay attention to these next preseason games and see how these guys step up.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about Antonio Williams. I don't know if you heard something or you're just bringing up his name. By the way, Facebook user that came up here is our buddy Dave Brown. Dave Brown. We were getting Kirk Cousins on the show for a little bit, making comments. It's been a while. He hasn't been on, so I don't know what's going on with your boy Kurt.
Man, I missed him. I missed it. Damn it, I missed it.
No, he wasn't on. I'm just saying.
Okay.
My buddy Dave Brown, he's a Viking fan. He always likes to chime in. Also, what was I going to say? Kirk Cousins. The Vikings have an issue because, he was on the COVID-19 list, taken off.
Yeah.
He's not vaccinated. He said, I'm not going to go vaccinated. We'll go on from there. So he's going to be.
Then somebody came off our list. I think it was Deion Dawkins come off the COVID list. Did you tell?
Yep.
I believe so. Okay.
Yeah, Deion Dawkins came off the COVID list. The first time our offensive line this is going to be together, the starters this summer. So hopefully everybody else can stay off there.
I heard Starr's doing really well. I'm gonna keep an eye. I've been keeping an eye on him through camp, and I've heard good things about it. So that's a good sign. They say he's an immovable object. Is what I want to hear. So I'm excited about that.
That is good. Dave's over here saying we're just going to put a mask on Kirk Cousins. Sounds good. Well, that's what we need Star to do because it will help free up Oliver and whoever else. Then there's rumors, who might get traded or be moved, with Harrison Phillips being a name coming up at defensive tackle. Other people put Jake Kumaro, especially with the whole Rodgers connection. One was, I
with the
think,
wide
was
receivers.
Marquise Lee. Marquise Lee was another guy who just got put on the COVID-19 list for the Bills.
Mhm.
And I forgot who
Yep.
our offensive lineman that he was a little banged up last week who came from San Diego. I forgot his name. Oh, I can't remember. It starts with an S, I believe.
Sheldon.
They were
Yeah.
saying he might be traded or something. But again, these are all rumors. Nobody knows.
How's our friend Gonzalez doing?
I
Gonzalez, you hear
haven't
me?
heard anything. I'm gonna have to reach out to him. Maybe he'll come on the show and give us a little update. After their game tomorrow. Hopefully,
I
I'll
saw
get
him
to
on the
watch it.
sideline on one of the practices.
Okay. It would be cool if we see. I get to
I saw
watch.
him on the sideline.
Yeah, it'll be cool if we get to watch him play and see
Yeah.
if he gets in.
I saw him on the sideline in one of the practices.
Yeah.
So he's there. So
But I mean, he's gonna have to work hard to make that squad. There's a lot of guys,
that'll be great.
you know. So at least,
That'll be great,
hopefully,
man.
he'll make
Al
at
going from that
least
area
the
again.
practice squad.
Absolutely. He's a big dude though, so let's see how he works.
Yeah. Yeah. Hit on the Allen contract and said I was wrong. I thought Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson were going to get their contracts before his, but good for us. He got his contract. Bean worked his magic again. 258 million could go all the way up to 288 million with 150 million guaranteed.
Team friendly. It's also team friendly, man.
That's a lot of money. Team friendly.
That's a lot of scratch. He's right behind Mahomes, I believe, by $2 million a year behind. I think he's like 42 million. Mahomes gets 43 a year. Yeah,
But the thing is, if Allen wins an MVP, he gets a bonus. If he takes him to the Super Bowl and wins, he gets more money. He could get up to 288 million if he does all these other things that, just gives them that drive. They already have the drive. They just got to get it done.
Yeah, man. And he's happy. He's happy that we want him there. And he wants to prove to everybody that what the management Bean and the Pagulas did for him, that it was worth it. He wants to prove everybody wrong.
Yeah.
There was one thing I don't know if you touched on Brian Daboll got a bunch of the whole team out there and was like, hey, how many guys, were drafted out of high school? How many guys did this? And he's like, the only one left standing was Josh Allen. He said, how many schools drafted, recruited you? And Josh Allen said none. And here's the guy with the biggest contract for Buffalo Bills history. And, goes to show you that even though you come from a small market and you're able to, work hard and do what you can do, which is awesome.
Yeah. Now, listen, that was the whole Brian Daboll thing. They were saying, like, he sat in the whole offensive place. It was like whoever have been fired or let go or cut, sit down. A bunch of guys and everybody sat down, and then it went, whoever of you were not like drafted in the first round what was it? Like had a scholarship or whatever, recruited, blah, 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 sit down. And the only person left was standing was Josh Allen. And they were like, there you go. Never forget where we come from. Is that pretty much?
Man, you see, that's why you're good with me on the show, because you told the story, repeated my story, but you said it better.
No, it was just how he went. And I was like, that was pretty cool for Daboll to actually do,
sir.
Yes, and the kid put in work. Listen, even at the draft, people thought the Bills were a little crazy taking him, like he should have dropped. And, his first year, everybody just crapped on him. If you weren't a Bills fan, you were pretty much crapping on Josh Allen. No respect for the kid, saying he couldn't do anything.
The kid from the Rams, what the heck's his name? The cornerback. What the heck's his name again?
Patrick Ramsey.
No, it wasn't Patrick Ramsey. Was it Ramsey? No, the one
Ramsey,
that
yeah.
came from Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah,
Jalen
yeah,
Ramsey.
yeah. He was talking crap. Oh, he's trash and this and that. And then look at Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I was like, there you go. Sometimes you gotta just shut your mouth because you want to be in your words. And that's what I like about Josh Allen. He doesn't talk crap. He's humble. He's
Yeah.
hungry. And just seeing him I watch a couple practices online, and just the way he interacts with everybody, man. It's just he's having fun. He's interacting with everybody. He went around the whole field tossing the ball at fans, stuff like that, man. Bro, if you look at the practices, there was 15,000 people at one of the practices. I think that's more attendance than a damn Miami Dolphin game in one of our practices. So, that's the love of the Buffalo Bills and the fans. They love the Bills so much that 15,000 people are there just to see them practice.
Yeah. Listen, they were saying, and they were even in one of his interviews there, you see him. He's not happy if he throws an incomplete pass. He's not happy. He wants to do it again. He missed some of the
Mm-hmm.
targets. He wouldn't leave the field
Yep.
until he hit the deep ball target.
With the
You
Nets.
know? Yeah. So
Yep.
he wants to go that next level, and that's
He's
great.
putting in work. He's putting in work, man. He's
Yeah.
putting in work.
Listen, and what he did last
And
year.
what I love about it is, good. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to
What
say
I
what
love
he.
too is the matchups with Trey and Diggs. Them guys,
Yeah.
the best going against the best, man. They're only going to get better. You know,
Yep.
I don't know. When you played high school sports, you always wanted to be matched up with somebody that was better than you. You know why? It makes you better. You don't want to get somebody in front of you that you're going to dominate, because when it comes to a game time situation, you get somebody that's elite, he's going to make you look like trash. So you got to practice with the best, and that's why I love the matchup with Trey and Diggs, because they're putting in work. They're working very, very hard against each other, and they're just making each other better. So hopefully our defense will be a little bit better, and definitely our offense is going to be a lot better. I still think we need a little bit of work on the tight ends. That's one
Mhm.
aspect of our offense that I'm gonna be watching closely in this preseason and see how the tight ends do.
Yeah. No, tight ends, and I'm looking at defensive tackles. Those are the two.
Absolutely,
Uh,
absolutely.
Dave. Dave puts up here. What's the deal with breaking tables with Bills fans? Dave, we're trying to keep the table industry going. Lowe's and Home Depot need
They're
to keep them
expensive.
alive. Yeah.
The price is shut up.
So, no, I mean, and like what somebody said, iron sharpens iron. Diggs and White going back and forth makes them both better. You know, Davis,
Absolutely,
Gabriel Davis. Yeah, like that guy said a few weeks ago, saying he'll never be
absolutely.
even a number two. The kid was ranked second, I think, in yards last year or touchdowns. And actually, he was second with most time on the field. So he's getting better. And he was practicing route running with Diggs during the summer. So you see, all these guys have that drive to get better. And they practice with one another, pushing one another to get better. And also, like you said, listen, they had videos of Josh shaking every wide receiver's hand, every tight end's hand. They
Look
all have
at
very different
the
handshakes. You know?
everybody's.
Yeah. Even Emmanuel Sanders there for his first year. He's joining in the fun too. So it's just, I guess, the
Yeah,
Bills way. The way that's why a lot of these guys, when they get there, they're like, damn, this place is pretty cool.
yeah.
You know?
And look at talking about, and they don't want to leave. Just like going to go there, but once you hear, it's hard to leave. So we'll leave it at that. But I got to run, man. Uh, we'll see you next week. We have a lot to talk about next week. The preseason game against
Yeah.
Detroit. We're gonna have our assessments. I'll give you my assessment, what I think, what we need to improve on, or how the guys did, and we'll go from there, man. But right now, we got to watch these other preseason games, see how the other teams do, because we got to play Pittsburgh first game of the season. So I want to watch them later on.
True. Listen, you hopped on right before I was about to sign off, so I guess I'll be signing off again. So next week we'll have you on. That's about it. Dave Brown, thanks for chiming in. Everybody out there watching this, sorry we're going to cut it short a little this week. Vinny's not able to be on, so
Yeah.
we're going to cut it short. We'll say adios. We'll say goodbye.
Peace.
Until
Viva
next
los
week.
Bills.